Now, welcome back to my third episode of Friday Sews. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another one. Now, I'm actually currently filming this on Wednesday the 17th, but I'm not going to do all the filming today. I'm going to do probably a bit over the next few days, and then piece it together, and then you're going to see it on the Friday. But I just had to pop on. I haven't actually got long to speak to you in this current piece of video. I'm just seeing how wonky this is. Sorry, I'm always doing that, aren't I? Yeah, so I'm ever so excited. This isn't sewing related, but I keep chickens. I have 3 hens, and I first started keeping chickens, I think it was 2009, I think, when I first started keeping chickens. And we had a second-hand chicken coop, and it's like one of those plastic omelette, the brand omelette, it's called an Igloo, and but they do a larger one, and I've always admired them from afar, you know, window shopping, because they're quite expensive. Now, we do know somebody that they have had one, and you know, and they've had it years, and then they've left it empty for years. And my father-in-law has asked them would they be willing to sell it, and they were like, no, because we don't know if we're going to have some more chickens and things. And this has gone on and on and on, and anyway, they've asked them again, and they've said yes, we can buy it off them. So obviously it's you know, a lot more affordable buying a second-hand one, and it's the Mark, I think it's the Mark 1. There's a new updated version now, and they're very expensive, but we're getting it very, very, very cheap. And I don't know what condition it's in. I've heard that we might need to purchase a few things to get it all working, but yeah, I'm so excited, because this will house up to 10 chickens, so I could see some new hens on the horizon. So I was looking online last night, seeing if anyone had got any point of lay hens, and my husband said, oh, you know, it's been 5 minutes since I've told you and you're already looking. I said, oh, I can't help it. So yes, I'm really excited. So we're going to pick it up today. So I'm going on the school run, the afternoon school run, in a moment, but at 4:30 we're going to collect it from their gardens, so we don't so yes, that's all great, isn't it? So I'm so excited about it. So well, shall I start on, before I go, I haven't got it. I won't talk about that now because I have to go and grab it, so I'll miss that out. I've wrote a few notes. Right, my jacket. I have started making my jacket. Now, do you know I've showed you that fabric that was sitting down here, and I told you the pattern I'm using. Now, I did order the print from the fold line, but I got a bit too eager and I ended up printing it myself. And what I normally do, if I stick PDFs together, normally I'll trace them. I know that might sound a little bit crazy, but I find it a lot easier if I'm going to stick all these PDFs together, then trace it. If I need to make any adjustments, it's a lot easier than to trace it again, rather than to print all those out again and then do the adjustment. Do you know what I'm saying? But because I knew I was having the print come through the post, I just cut out the size. So yeah, I've started making it. Now, I was thinking, gosh, this does look a bit tacky, because I know what I said, the fabric's a bit out there, and I was thinking it looks a little bit Vicky Pollard, the fictional character from Little Britain. I'll have to try and find a photo and put the photograph. I think a bit tacky looking like that, but there I was making my jacket yesterday, and my husband came in and he said, oh, it's looking very Nicki Minaj, and I said, well, I'll take that, I said, because I was thinking Vicky Pollard, so I think Nicki Minaj is a bit more, you know, an improvement, isn't she, than Vicky Pollard, the fictional character. But I've kind of settled on thinking, who is it quite like? Who could I see this jacket on? And I could see this jacket on Kerry from Emmerdale. I think it's her kind of thing. But you know, I'm having so much fun making it, and I have shortened it. I'm going to be telling you, I've shortened the pattern. Was it 2 inches? 2 inches. And I really like the length of it. I've not finished it, that's why I've not got it here. I've still got things to do, and I'm waiting for Amazon. I don't know what time they're coming actually. Amazon are coming today. I've ordered some shoelaces. I know that sounds a bit crazy, for the tie that's going around the hood. And the reason I'm using shoelaces is I was watching Ruan, the Yorkshire sew girl, and she said she was watching someone, I don't know who she said now, or someone commented, and she said they order shoelaces for ties, you know, for like jogging bottom ties and things. And I thought, well, if you use them for jogging bottom ties, you could use them for a tie in the hood. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I haven't ended up doing the collar. Do you remember I said I was going to do a mashup of using the collar piece and the hood piece? I've just gone with the hood because the fabric was quite bulky, and I was thinking, I don't know if this is going to work. So yeah, so I've still got a little bit of work to do. I've threaded in I've done the elastic waistband. I've just got to finish that off completely. The white elastic is in, but I've just got to stitch it in place and stitch up the hole. The sleeves are still raw, and at the moment the hood is still, well, I've overlocked the edge of the hood, but that's not been folded over, and obviously I need the tie and things, and I've just got to see if there's any other finishing off to do. So hopefully, because it's only Wednesday, hopefully by the time this video is going to be going up on Friday, and I do my last bit Friday, hopefully I'll have the jacket to show you. So that's exciting, isn't it? So I think that is where I'm going to leave this part of the video for now. What did I have? The only other thing I'd say about my jacket, but I've wrote a note of here, is that you have to put the pocket higher if you shorten the jacket. So the pocket, it's on the front, so it's ended up, if you put your hands in it, my hands are like up here, but in all honesty, I don't think I'm going to walk around with my hands in my pocket like this anyway, and I intend to use it for figure skating practice anyway. So I don't really keep things in my pockets, because I learnt very quickly, once I started to do jumps and spins and things don't stay in your pockets. I have had an occasion where I've done a jump and my phone has come flying out my pocket, gone sliding across the ice. I've gone zooming across the ice to catch the phone, gone to get it, and then I've gone straight past the phone because I've gone too fast. And the phone's just there, and you think, you know, someone's going to skate over it. So no, I don't put things in my pockets when I go ice skating. But so the pockets, they're just going to be a feature anyway. And then you think, well, why do you really need a hood if you're going to use it figure skating? But if I like run down to the ice rink, I've got to do parking and things, and it's raining, at least I can keep my hair dry. So I think the collar would have been nice. And you would have thought, well, it's nice and warm and things, but I get quite warm when I go ice skating anyway, so my coat often doesn't stay on for long. It does at show practice, because at show practice we're standing around quite a bit more, waiting for everybody to arrive, watching the instructor say that, you know, we're kind of waiting around for our turn and things. So I do get a little bit colder on show practice, but when I go to my regular practice, I just don't stop moving, and I get quite warm anyway, and the coat doesn't stay on for long, does it? So, and if I put my coat down and someone starts walking, likes the look of it, starts walking off with it, I'll recognise it, because it's quite bright, isn't it? So that's going to be where I'm going to leave this clip now. So obviously don't go anywhere, because I'll be in the next bit, which I might be filming tomorrow, I might be filming on Friday. So so thank you so much for joining me again, and I'll see you in the next frame. And hopefully, well, I'll definitely have more to talk about, because I've got a list of things that I could have spoke about now, and but I just haven't got time, because I've got to go and get my son and get a decent parking space, because it's quite, I have to go drive to the side of town, and I have to park in a golf car park, and it gets a bit manic really trying to get a space. So so don't go anywhere, and I'll be back in the next bit. Like I say, I'll see you in a bit. Right, welcome back to the next instalment of Friday Sews. Hopefully it's not going to be too noisy. I'm actually recording this on Thursday now, and obviously there's a lot of work going on over the road, but no bin men. But I've finished my jacket, so I might be able to wrap this video up today get it all sorted and maybe post it out early Friday morning, ready for Friday sews, rather than filming on Friday and then getting up later. So I'll try and get through this, you know, as quickly as I can, because I've got a lot to talk to you about. Now, I forgot to mention when I was filming yesterday that we'd had Mother's Day, hadn't we, on Sunday? So I hope if you celebrate Mother's Day, I hope you had a lovely day. And yeah, I didn't share anything on social media actually on Mother's Day. I was having a bit of a stressful day, because you know, when, you know, I've got my mum and my husband's got his mum, and the things, something we'd ordered for his mum, it hadn't arrived on the Saturday, and yeah, so there was a bit of a hoo-ha, and then my husband left it to the last minute to get birthday, I keep calling it birthday, I'm saying Christmas now, Mother's Day cards. So he ended up having to make mine. I didn't mind, but he ended up having to make mine. And he thought his mum was getting one through the post as well. And but I actually gave him a few things. I told him what to do. Right, so I know it kind of takes away the surprise, but he did it, and you know, I taught him loads of techniques actually, like stamping, layering, masking, and all sorts. So I haven't got the card in here, but I'll put a photograph of it on screen if I can find it, or if someone's put it somewhere crazy. Oh, I know, actually my husband has moved it and I know where he's put it, so I'll take a photograph and I'll install it. But he's done really well, and I gave him a drawing pen at the end to draw some stems, and I just thought he might do like a straight stem, but he did get a bit fancy with it, and he put like black in places as well, so he kind of put his own spin on it. So yeah, I think he did pretty well. The first stamp he did, it did go wrong, and I just flipped the card over, and then so at the end I let him, at the back, I just let him go wild with stamps on the back just to let it out of his system, and he did say he quite enjoyed it. But the only problem was then on Mother's Day, when we found out basically his mum hadn't received anything that we was expecting her to receive in the post, and he couldn't get a card, we had to knock up a quick cards then on early Mother's Day, and it was just getting some last minute. So Mother's Day, you know, it was all about trying to sort things for our mothers, all because everything was going wrong. Yeah, so I didn't yeah, it wasn't a great day really, but never mind, you know. But I got some lovely flowers, and I got some chocolates and things, and a homemade card, even if I did tell my husband how to make it. But there you go. So yes, I forgot to mention that, and I know that things are starting to get a little bit back to normal, and some children went back to school, I think on the 8th of March, we're the 18th now. Well, my youngest son only went back on Monday, we're Thursday now, so he only went back on Monday, and my eldest son only went back to college yesterday, and he's actually gone out now. Actually I was going to give him a lift, but he'd just gone. I had to phone him, so now I'm at the train station. He's got his first like ever proper like interview for like a job. He's still going to be at college, but he's having an interview at a coffee shop to do a bit of part-time work, so that will be good for him if he gets that. But you know, I know so many people go for these jobs, so fingers crossed for him. But he's gone out looking all smart, bless him. So yeah, so you never know. And what else did I need to mention? Interview, school, Mother's Day, yes, so that's all done. Right, now the thing I wanted to mention when I was recording yesterday, and I said I couldn't get it because it was over there, but I've got it now. Oh, and I just want to mention where I left you, I was getting all excited about the new chicken coop that will, it's basically a bigger version of what I've got, and yeah, we've basically, we got the Dear John. Basically, no, we can't do it today. Basically, my in-laws, they want to go today. So it's going to be this afternoon. But there's some bad news. Basically, we just thought it was all going to be all in one piece, and we can put it in the back of my husband's truck, and there you go. But apparently, I think it's all in pieces from what I'm hearing, and they don't know if it's all there. So we could actually pay for it and not know if we've got. And you can't, with a chicken coop, you can't really be having things missing. You need it watertight, vermin proof. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know yet if it's going to be happening. So yeah, a bit, you know, it was all like, all this excitement's all come crashing down yesterday, but never mind. So we might be getting the chicken coop, we might not be, we don't know yet. So now I told you about a prize I won from Pat, and it was through Loopy Mabel's Closet, and the prize was from Pattern and Trace, and here it is. Now I've had a lovely time filling this up, and what was quite useful is the I did think, after I did my other video, is it for used needles? And then somebody, I'm sorry, I can't remember who mentioned it now. Oh gosh, who was it now? I'm really sorry, I can't remember. Told me it was for used needles, so it just confirmed what I was kind of thinking after that, because I wasn't sure if it was for boxes that are Velcro, and I wasn't sure, was I? Do you know, because there's little Velcro bits at the back, but they're basically for stuffing used needles in. So I had to go through all my old needles, and with a light and my husband's magnifying glass, trying to figure out what these needles are. And then what has happened is, I've done it, there's more stickers that could be used, but because I do so much different kind of sewing, because you know I do clothes sewing, quilting, you know, embroidery, do you know what I'm saying? I've probably got every needle known to man, right? And basically it's not enough, so I've actually ordered another one. Now what I've done is I went to the Pattern and Trace website. Well, basically I put this in, and that was the website that came up. So I popped these in one of these in my basket, and then a thing pops up saying if you sign up to receive emails, you'll get 15% off. I'm sure it was 15. So I signed up, got off the website, went to my email, and I'd got a 15% off code. So I think these are like £9.99 or something, but something like that, £9 something. So I got 15% off it. I think if you spend £20, I think the postage is free. I think something or other, the postage free over a certain amount. And I popped another seam ripper, or quick and pick, however you call it, in my basket, a clover one, nice chunky handle. The reason being is because, right, I'm sewing in there now, because I'm doing a lot of free motion in here over the next 6 weeks or whatever, and I'm just leaving it set up as free motion. I'm doing dressmaking in the kitchen / conservatory on the dining table. Do you know the one I shared when I did the Burns dinner and Christmas Day? I'm doing basically my dressmaking on there. So yeah, so I kind of thought, well, I need a seam ripper in there. Do you know when you're going back and forth getting things? So yeah, so I've ordered another one for in there, and a tape measure, a nice funky pink tape measure. But with those things, I got free postage, and I got 15% off all of them. So I'm getting another one of these, and I think it will be enough then to store all my needles. But yeah, it's really handy. I think it's going to be especially handy for the used needle situation, because I've got a pin cushion that I made with a thread catcher. It was an all-in-one thing, an owl and the sewing cat pattern, on my sewing table there. And sometimes when I'm say if I've been doing embroidery or something, or I can't even remember what I was doing last in that machine, and then I go to do another project and I need a certain needle, I take that needle out and I just shove it in this pin cushion, and I forget what it is. So you know, sometimes I have put them back and put a used thing on, and sometimes I haven't. So I had loads, so I've managed to go through them all, and what I've done is the ones that are sticking in the pin cushion, I've put them in the Velcro, so I know they've been in the right compartment and I know they've been used. But some of them I hadn't made a compartment for, so I've had to go back in my old thing. But yeah, so that's really great. It's all getting organised and it's lovely. So that's the Pattern Trace storage pot I wanted to mention. And I've wrote a note, it's 10 or 15% off that you get. So I obviously couldn't remember when I wrote it down. It's 10 or 15. I think it was 15, but I'm sorry if it's 10. Right, now, should we leave my jacket till last? Yeah, we'll leave my jacket till last, right? So, yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're going to go to the Poppy Club now. So we've had week 2 of the Poppy to Fray club, right? And I'm really sorry, like, if you are not in the club already, you can't be in the club now. But however, this is the third club Poppy has done. If you go to the Poppy to Fry website and go to the making section, she's put some of the projects from the first club that you can buy as individual projects on there. You don't get the supplies, you just get the instructions, but basically you can do some of the past projects, right, but you can't obviously do this current one. So last Friday I showed you the spoiler of the project that we were going to be doing. Now I'll pop those photographs of Poppy's photographs in now. These were the spoilers, and actually I've probably got current pictures now, because when she emails us every Saturday, obviously we get a picture of what we're going to be making. And I did tell you I kind of wanted to do my own thing, which I did. So I've shared this on social media already. I'll pop some photographs up of what I've shared already, and I'm really delighted with it. So I have made, you may notice, I have made some changes. I've got it here, and it's a lovely Easter basket, isn't it? So I've done, like, sometimes I've done bunnies with 2 arms popping out behind eggs. That one I've done no arms. That one's got 2 arms, and that one's got no. Like, they're basically like peekaboo bunnies coming out. That's what it looks like inside. And on the bottom, I actually did what Poppy did on hers. The Nippers Easter treats and a flower in the middle, and that's what Poppy did on hers. Now I did put an apostrophe there, but I kind of wish I hadn't, because what it is, Poppy has got 1 daughter, but I've got 3 sons, so mine is Nippers. So I could basically fill it full of things and say, there you go boys, go wild, kind of thing, couldn't I? And that's what I'll probably do, but hopefully they won't look at the bottom and say, this is for 1 nipper, mother, not 2. So yeah, but I'm really delighted with it. I really had a lovely time making it, and it was nice. I really liked Poppy's design. I didn't dislike it, but I just did want to do my own thing on it. And now Karen from So Little Time, I think she does like the free motion embroidery, and I think she found out about the Poppy Club through myself. I think, sorry Karen if I'm getting that wrong, but so Karen's doing the projects as well. I don't know if I don't think she's shared anything yet. I don't think she's put anything on YouTube as of yet, but I have seen her. She's posted something in the group. She posted her pot in the group last night, and I think she's put her cards on social media, and she said, I recognise those bunnies somewhere, Claire. Are they Tilda? And I said, oh Karen, I love Tilda, because I do love Tilda. I've made like Tilda monkeys, Tilda Santa, Tilda dolls, I do love Tilda. I've used Tilda fabrics and things. I do love Tilda. Now, but well spotted, Karen, because basically I got my inspiration. I definitely wanted eggs. I think I was kind of sick of flowers. I've done so many flowers. I wanted eggs, and I thought, oh, and then when I was looking for like egg inspiration, I found some bunnies. I might have to forward this bit, excuse me. I can't find it. Right, I found it. Right, now I've had this book for years, Springtime Crafting, and basically my inspiration came from these cards. They're basically, I'm having to look at it. It's basically bunny heads here, and they've put like, I think it's that raffeta, or I don't know what it is, like, I don't know, is it, I think you call it raffeta, as a dicky bow here, and over here there's like there's a fabric egg that's been blanket stitched down, and there's an egg made of card here. But I liked that bunny, and I liked the eggs right on that card, so I kind of took those and sort of did my own thing with it, and did the heads popping out behind kind of thing, and I give some of them arms, so it's exactly the same as the card. And with Tilda, they're like a running stitch, like a hand running stitch. Obviously they're not free motioned on, so I kind of took Tilda and I kind of mixed it around and just sort of put my own spin on it. So it's kind of, it's a bit poppy to fry, bit Tilda, bit with my own spin kind of thing. So yeah, so that's how those bunnies came about. And Karen, I've seen Karen's done her own kind of bunny as well on hers now. So because she said, I think I'm going to do my own thing on it. So well done, Karen. So what else am I going to talk about? Right, I think I know what the project is going to be. Saturday, this coming Saturday. So if you're in the Poppy Club and you don't want to see it now, I'm not going to have any more spoilers after this one. I think this is the last spoiler I'm going to be able to give you. But if you don't want to see what the project's going to be on Saturday, then look away now, and I'll try and dig the photograph out that I found the spoiler. Now when the advert went up for the club, these are the pictures that I saw, so I'll make sure they're gone now. So hopefully they're gone, so you look back now if you want to look away. Now I don't think I'm going to tinker with this project. I think I'm just going to do it exactly as it is. I think that's my plan, so don't hold me to that if I decide to do something. So I'm really excited. It looks like it's a project bag and there's some yarn in it and things, so that's going to be fun, isn't it? So I've been trying to keep up with the projects. I know that I only did the daffodils on week 1 and there was other kinds of flowers, but at least I produced something, didn't I? So I'm trying to keep up with the projects this time, because I did that with the first club and I didn't do that with the Christmas one, and it kind of like, you're not in the moment. Yeah, do you know when like you end up doing them after, it's all a bit It was kind of nice because I felt like I was dragging the club out. Everyone was sad when it come to the end, but I didn't really feel sad because I hadn't finished. So there's that as well. So if you don't keep up with it, you've still got that excitement. Maybe just have one project left over that you haven't done. Or so for me, I suppose, even if I keep up with all the projects, I haven't done all the flowers from week 1, so I can kind of, and I didn't make the cards, did I did a pot, so I can kind of drag it out like that, can't I? So that is that make. So I'm trying to, I have wrote notes, but I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. So I think I'm going to go I have had a delivery. I think it's Secret Society, but I'm not entirely sure because I have ordered something. So, shall I go to jacket? Right, I'm going to go to the jacket. Now, I've been telling you all about this jacket, that I was going to make the Charlie by J. Lee with that mermaid looking fabric from Frumble Fabrics that I ordered. It's like a shiny fabric with fur inside, but because the pattern was meant to be for stretchy garments, I had a look at it and the arms were going to be so tiny. I just thought, no, I'm going to find a pattern that's more suitable. I did look at another pattern, but I just thought, and then I found this one. I looked on the fold line and it's quite a new pattern, and it's the CozyJacket by PatternScout, and they're new to me. Now, I ordered it as a PDF from the fold line, and I ordered a print of it, right? And I got really eager. I probably told you this yesterday. I got really eager and I ended up printing it out myself, knowing that it was going to come through the post. So what I normally do is, I told you that I normally, even if I stick PDFs together, I normally trace it, because save if I have to make alterations, I'm going to stick PDFs together all over again. However, because I knew I was getting basically a print copy coming through the post, I decided I would just cut out the size that I was intending to make. So that's what I did. Now this jacket, it's fantastic. It's got different versions. You've got a hooded version, a collared version. It's one kind of pocket. You've got elasticated sleeves, elasticated waist, or you can have just plain, and you can mix and match. As long as you get your head around the instructions, you can mix and match. I was going to do the collar and the hood, but then I thought, no, I think it's not going to be a bit too bulky, so I've ended up doing the hood, hooded version, but I've done elasticated sleeves and waist. Now I shortened my pattern by a couple of inches because of my height, but I didn't, which means it lifted up the pocket. Now, I told you yesterday my hands, it's like up here, but you know what, it's not too bad. Now I've finished the jacket, I've tried it on, I've had photographs taken in it this morning. It actually looks okay with the pockets where they are. I'm not too fussed. I really like the little cropped length of it, and what else, but I've had to do the sleeves slightly different. Now, you use 2-inch thick elastic, so you've got quite a chunky elastic band and round the wrist. Now, I didn't shorten my sleeves because I've got orangutan arms, basically. My arms are really long. But when I didn't lengthen the arms, but I didn't shorten them, I just left them as it is. And because it was a drop shoulder, I'm sure that's what it is. I think it said it was a drop, yeah, it is a drop shoulder. I didn't know for sure where this drop shoulder was going to be. This is why you make a toile, isn't it? But I didn't make one. And because I thought, oh, it's boxing, it's oversized, doesn't matter, I'm going to cinch it in with the elastic. But if I'd have turned over the hem, basically, because you've got to do it more than 2 inches, haven't you? Because the elastic is 2 inches, so you've got to have a little bit of room. These sleeves, they'd have been up here. Now, that's fine if you want that, but I didn't know if I wanted that. I kind of thought, well, I want to wear this ice skating, don't I? And, you know, I don't know if I want a cropped, mate. And I thought, is it meant to be cropped? So I'm going to have a look at the hashtags of this. Sometimes I have looked at hashtags of a pattern, and that's what's made me want to make something. But I'm quite guilty of never looking at a hashtag, just finding a pattern, doing my own thing with it, and then when I post it and put hashtags and try and find out what the hashtag I'm posting it, then I look at the hashtags and I think, oh, you know, that's not, and I haven't looked at them. But yeah, I'm going to have a look at people's hashtags and see how short the sleeves are meant to come, and see if anyone has said anything about it. It's quite a new pattern, so there might not be much out there. I know there are some pictures, because Maria, who watches my channel and follows my Instagram, so hi Maria, she sent me a photograph. She private messaged me, and it's somebody else that had used that pattern and used a similar kind of fabric, but their pockets didn't look like mine. The pockets were on the side, but she said it is that pattern, so maybe they just wanted to do different, but there isn't another pocket option. But I suppose if you know what you're doing, you could do a different pocket. Now, I can see why somebody who used my kind of fabric to make a jacket like that, you've got to be really careful, because you don't really want to pin it. So I did use pins on occasion, but I only did it when I knew they were going to be in the seam, because I didn't want to put load of puncture holes in my work, basically. So the sizing, I made the size, I think it was 0. Let me double check. Sorry, I might have to forward it if I'm taking too long. Yeah, I made the size 0, which is a full bust of 31 to 33. My bust is usually about 34, right? Waist 23. My waist is usually about 24. It can go higher. I think my waist can go as high as 26 at its highest. 24 can be smaller. You know what? You know, women's bodies, they go up and down, don't they? And the hip measurement is 35. Now, if I tried to go to my widest area, sometimes that can be 34, 35. My hip measurement can be 32, 33, do you know, like the higher hip kind of measurement. So this wasn't going to be long, so I made the decision to go for the 0, because it said it's going to have quite a lot of ease anyway. The ease in the 0, the full bust was going to be 29.5 inches, the waist was going to be 39.5 inches, and the body, it tells you the bodice length, the sleeve length, See, I did measure the sleeve, but obviously I didn't know where it was going to start exactly. So that's why you make a thing. And it said the bicep measurement was 16 3/4, the finished. So based on that, I thought, yeah, the 0 is going to be fine. Yeah, and I am fine. It is a tiny, tiny jacket. I'll show you some photographs during this video. But do you know what? I love it. It's really nice. It does go up to a size. This must be American sizes, I presume. Goes up to a size 30. And that says a full bust of 56 to 58, a waist of 48, and a hip of 60. And the finished garment measurements for that size 30 would be a full bust of 64.5 inches, a waist of 64.5 inches, and a hem of 64.5 inches. Yeah. The bodice length, it tells you the sleeve length. So the sleeve length on the so the finished sleeve length is actually shorter on the finished garment bit. So maybe I should have taken that into consideration. But the finished sleeve length on the 0 is 20.25 inches. And this finished sleeve length on the size 30 is 22.25 inches. Now, just to let you know, if you prefer centimetres, in the measurements, the centimetres are on there as well, so you haven't got to convert if that's what you prefer. So yeah, I was really pleased with the information they gave you, and I could not measure my bicep. Now what I should have taken kind of into consideration, mine was going to be quite bulky, because you can use woven or knit in it. Now I was using woven, so obviously it's going to be on the smaller side, and it's fur, so it's really quite bulky. I didn't really think about it, but I thought the sizes finished garment look that big, I don't need to worry. Now while I was making this, I was beavering away on my table having a lovely time, and then there was somebody at the door and I got all excited. I'd got a delivery and I got so excited, and this arrived. I'm not going to show you the other side because it's my address, and it said sewing goodies from the fold line. I thought, oh, what have I ordered? What have I ordered? And guess what it was? It was the pattern. It wasn't the instructions, it was the pattern for this, basically. So it came with this envelope. So I'm just showing you this because if you order a printed PDF from the fold line, you won't get the instructions printed, you'll just get the pattern printed. So this is the pattern, which I've not used because obviously I'd already got the pattern. It's nice thick paper, and you get this envelope, so I'll be able to write on that. But these are my pieces, so maybe I'll try and fit those in as well. I'll have to try and maybe I'll have to iron those flats. But basically, I've got all that I've got to get in, haven't I? So I'll deal with that another time. But yeah, so the only thing, obviously I've had to not do the elastic and turn over a stick on the sleeve, and I've used elastic that's smaller than 1 inch. So I did my turn over 1 inch, and I've used elastic that's a little bit smaller than 1 inch that I happen to have in my stash. So my sleeves turnover is a little bit smaller, just to make the sleeves a bit longer. When it came to the zip, as my zip was longer than I needed, I took off the excess teeth and I folded over my zip, and as I stitched it down. But when I don't know how this will, I think if you have the collar it might disappear into the collar anyway, but I made the hood. But when I got to the final pieces of the hood, I could see I could hide ends of the zip in, so I ended up unpicking my fold over bit. I'd already took the teeth off anyway, and then I stuffed that into the hood, and I sewed a tiny little box here. So right, I'm going to show you my jacket, and then I'll like this, and then I'll show you the photographs that I've taken. I haven't posted them online or anything yet. And here it is. It's fab, isn't it? Do you know what? I absolutely love it. It's so warm and cosy with this lovely fur. But do you know what? I absolutely love it. And here, I think you were meant to sew a square to keep your elastic in place, but I've done a crisscross in mine, like that look on either side, and that's where here I've sewn a couple of little boxes here and here, just to keep that zip inside the hood there. But it's lovely, isn't it? It's an absolutely lovely pattern, and you know what, I would definitely be making it again. Definitely making it again in different fabrics and things. But do you know what, I've just realised I've taken some photographs this morning, and then I haven't had a photograph taken from the back. So maybe I'll have to, before I post this online or even post this video, maybe I'll have a photograph problem. So I'll start popping some photographs in now. I haven't looked at the photographs yet. So yeah, I can't wait to sit through and have a look at them and see. But I'm absolutely delighted with it. I really like this jacket. Would I wear it not ice skating? I don't know. What do you think? But though the shoelaces arrived yesterday, so that's why actually I was waiting for a delivery, which is here actually, a thread. I'll just pop this open so you can see it. I used this was the thread I was using. It's colour, it's Gutterman Sewall thread, and it's 382. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. And yeah, that's the thread, and I ran out of it, right, and I'd filled up a bobbin. So to finish it, right, the thread has only arrived this morning, but I did finish it this morning, but I finished it before this thread arrived. What I did is I put the bobbin on the top of the machine, and I've just put a different light colour thread in the bobbin to finish it off, and then this has arrived. But these can go in my stash now, can't they? Because I love hot pink. So no doubt I'm going to be wearing it. Oh, I forgot to mention what I'm wearing. I will be posting a photograph of this on Instagram. It's actually Red Nose Day today. I don't know if everybody celebrates this in other countries, but we do this in the UK. And Red Nose Day, it's a I didn't say children in need, did I? Red Nose Day. It's comic relief, basically, and it's a charity that supports children to give them better lives and, you know, a safe, happy and better life. So I've bought this t-shirt and a t-shirt for my eldest son. I did offer it to my other family, but they didn't. But they thought they didn't really like. My youngest was going to school, my middle one, the home educate anyway. With obviously things are still in lockdown, other than education being open and food shops, we're still in lockdown, so there's nowhere to go. My husband, you know, he's not going to really wear it at work, so I only end up getting one for my eldest son and myself, and I went for a Nemo themed one. I'll just show you. I just thought it's fab, isn't it? I just love the seagulls. I just think it's so good. I love the Nemo film. I love Disney anyway. But so yeah, it was nice because I got a t-shirt I like, and a good bit of that goes to charity. And I got one obviously with my eldest son, and he went for Toy Story. It's Slinky the dog coming out the pocket. I did actually look at that one myself, but I ended up going for this one. This is the ladies version. I was a little bit disappointed when I opened it. I don't really like ladies wide neck t-shirts, really. I prefer just the men's crew neck t-shirt with a band, in all honesty. But I just thought it was going to be a bit more fitted, and it's got a nice little turnover sleeve. So I thought, even though it's Thursday today, you're seeing this Friday, and it's you know, comic relief for you today, so I'm wearing my t-shirt, so this will be going on social media. So yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Oh, and I didn't mention it, yesterday when I was filming, it's St Patrick's Day, and I'm half Irish, and yeah, I'm ashamed to say I haven't done anything for Paddy's Day. I have got old makes. I've got these badges. I made three of these years ago for my boys to wear, because I'm half Irish, so it makes my boys a quarter Irish. So I made all these for them. Actually, this was that when I had my first embroidery machine, do you know, like a machine that does it for you kind of thing, not that thing I've been doing recently, the free motion, where you basically doing it yourself. This is when the machine does it for you. This was the first thing I ever embroidered on an embroidery machine, and I actually put a YouTube video up it was my first YouTube video, actually, I think, on this channel, saying my first attempts at doing an embroidery, but but because I thought the video was so rubbish, I think I put it onto private because I thought that is just rubbish, you know. It wasn't really informative, it was just I was getting so excited and I just filmed it with stitching kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I made for them. So yeah, I could have wore that, couldn't I, yesterday, but I didn't end up wearing it. And but yeah, I might have maybe some Guinness on the weekend and say cheers to all the Irish folk out there, you know. So I've totally gone off on one now, haven't I? So right, so the thread, yes, so I've got thread to go in my stash now. I managed to finish my jacket without the thread that I had to order, and this is what I used to make my tie. It's basically, I didn't know if I'd have to use 2 shoelaces, but I literally used 1 shoelace. It was enough, with enough overhang, that's with it not cinched in. And what I decided to do is I've stitched it there, so it's never going to come out. So if somebody yanks on it, it's not going to fly out. It doesn't tell you to do that in the pattern, as far as I know. I don't remember seeing that. So that's what I've done. And here I've got a crocodile by We Are Memory Keepers, and it's got these little like a bit like eyelets. You're meant to use it in paper. I don't think you're meant to use it on fabric, but I ended up putting them, because you can use eyelets or buttonholes, so these are meant to be for paper, but I've used those, look, in there like that. So I'm really pleased with how that's come out, and the colour match lovely, but it's just lovely, isn't it? So yeah, I'm really happy with my jacket. I've just been so excited about it, and I'm really glad I've managed to get it done for Friday sews. So going forward, I'm sorry I still haven't done it anymore on Ottiline. I don't know what's going to happen now, because it's Easter. I don't know what date Easter falls actually this year. Yes, I don't know when Easter is, so I might have to leave Ottiline for now and think about Easter, because there's things I want to make for Easter. Do you remember me telling you I traced out some things that I want to make? And then, do you know, I was telling you about my lampshade club, and I said that I didn't really want to stitch the bunny lampshade dark red on that dark linen. Well, I've ordered some nice bright yellow cotton brode from Mandy, and I'm going to stitch it in yellow. So I'd really quite like to get that done, but obviously I think that's going to be quite a lot of stitching. And I've ordered something else that's Mandy. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get that done this year, really, now, but because obviously things go out of stock and things, if I don't get that done this year, I'll do it for next year. But I have had a delivery from Mandy this morning. I don't know if it's Secret Society, and I don't know if it's what I've ordered, but I'm going to open it anyway, live on camera. So it's exciting, isn't it? If it is Secret Society, I might not show this now, because I don't want to cause any upset for people who haven't got theirs, and then I've got to talk about that, so I might save it for the next video. So let's have a look. It's not Secret Society, so I can show you. It's basically what I've ordered. So it's the thread for doing my lampshade. So I'm going to get that out actually. Oh, I'm getting more than a bargain for it here. So I'm going to do my bunny lampshade in yellow cotton brode there. So I'm going to be doing an iron on. I must admit, I haven't been doing any crafts in bed for quite a few evenings actually, probably much to my husband's delight actually. I've just been like sometimes looking at magazines or looking for sorry, I've got something on my face here, my dressmaking inspiration. Now this is the project that I've bought, that I've admired before but never bought it, and I don't know if I'm going to be making it this Easter now, but it's basically this project. Now you've seen that I've made domes before, Christmas domes, and I've made like little domes to go on the ends of zips and things like that. Did I do one on have a look at this. I've just knocked my dog over. Yeah, I've done a dome on this before, look. Oh, it's not got any embroidery on it, but see there on the zip, look, on this I made. I don't keep anything in it. I just make these things because I like them. I just love them, and then I just love basically anything I can do a bit of red work on. Ooh. You know, this is my I've got a lot of stuff in here. I love red work basically, and any kind of embroidery. But yeah, it's Easter domes, or they're called spring domes, so they're not necessarily all Easter. But yeah, so do you know, that's actually quite good, isn't it? So what I might do is, and what's this called? Do you know what? None of them say they're Easter, right? They're on about spring, all about spring. So do you know what? If Easter's been and gone, but it's still spring and we're not summer and we're all nautical and things, it doesn't matter if it runs over, does it? So yeah, so maybe I'll get some of these done this spring, I don't know. So yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today. What I'm going to do, I'm probably not, this might be the end now, I don't know. It might be, I don't know. So yeah, I've shown you everything. I think I've chatted about everything that I wanted to chat about. I think, no doubt I might come back saying I've forgotten something, but maybe if I've got any footage to do with chicken coop, we don't know even if we're going to end up getting it. Maybe there'll be something on at the end, so hang around. Just don't obviously end now when I say bye. Just hang around, see if something comes up, and if it doesn't, I'm sorry, and I'll see you, you know, probably next Friday. But yeah, maybe there is a little bit of footage, I don't know. So I'm going to say my goodbyes now. So thank you so much for joining me for Friday Sews, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. A lovely gift from my chickens. Right, I thought I'd pop on and give you a little bit of an explanation of that horrifying looking bit of video I just showed you, and that was the chicken coop we've been to collect, and there's bits missing, there's no roosting bars and things, so yeah, we're gonna have a lot of sorting out and it's gonna need a big clean. But I thought I'd show you looking at its worst, and then maybe hopefully we can get it in lovely working order, and then you'll get to see it. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.